Casey, and I am the team lead and art director on Miralab.
Hi, I'm Will Helworth. I'll be lead design on miralab.
I'm Matt Kane. I'm Matt Kane. I'm the lead engineer in Miralab.
I'm Tanya Huang. I'm producer overlooking design and engineering. I'm Ani Ziamosini. I'm the lead art producer.
Okay, so what is Miralab? Miralab is an exploratory puzzle-based journey through the life cycle of the immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis doornii. And it's inspired by real science. The immortal jellyfish is a real living thing, that's why it has that scientific name. And it's an explorer with navigational puzzles and emergent systems. It's a third-person, single-player, 3D PC downloadable game. And we're building a new game. The main gameplay is that you're playing through the different stages of the immortal jellyfish's life cycle. Just a brief overview. It starts as this little speck, this blob, and then it grows to be a full adult. And so this stage is progressing throughout. And then after it gets to be a full adult, then it actually reverses in time back to a blob. The two main cycles of the jellyfish's life cycle are the baby to adult, so that's just a continuum, and the blob. And those are the two that we're building out for the midterm. And then the other two are more transition phases, but we'll build an entire life cycle for the winter demo. As you see by the a brief overview of the blob stage. You're starting as this little particle character. And throughout each phase, you have certain mechanics that change throughout each stage. So for electrify, instead of being able to sting something as a blob, you're actually illuminating the world. So you don't have enough power to sting yet, but it's an illumination mechanic because the world is completely dark. You've just awoken from a blackout. So this is the end of the blob phase when you're starting to see more rim lighting and more of the world, and then you can actually take flight from the sea floor and start to swim around and have more free movement throughout the world.
Yeah.
So this, basically within each stage, you'll see changes in scale, changes in light patterns as I described, and mechanic behavior. So this shows a close-up microscopic view that you would see in that blob phase and early baby phase. And those are some of the blob particles that we've built so far. So those are different NPCs within the world during that stage. And then at this image on your right, that shows the more bird's eye perspective that you start to get to as you grow up. Different NPCs within the world are other jellyfish, fish, saphonophores, other types of aquatic creatures. Basically, our design philosophy is to keep everything modular and reusable as possible, and we'll talk about that more. But fish and jellyfish are the main NPCs. We're calling the main predator shark, but you're pretty small. We're going to exaggerate the scale change, but you're still pretty small. Okay, so one of our main mechanics that we're working with in terms of puzzle solving is color. So there's three main colors. This was inspired by the fact that the jellyfish changes color in real life depending on what it eats. So we're going to introduce that into the game. And then also a memory mechanic. And what does this mean? You're an immortal. You are actually experiencing these different life cycles. And you can remember things from past life cycles, whereas other creatures within the world can't. So this gives you a special ability. How we're introducing this is as basically a simple save mechanic at certain nodes throughout the world. So there's certain landmarks that allow you this ability to save, but you can only choose one within each lifetime. And then within each life cycle. And then in a future life cycle, you can replace this saved node from a previous life cycle in order to solve that puzzle. The art style is aquatic retrofuturism, and so this gives you an example. This is a very inspirational style reference. We've moved a little bit away from the photorealism we were working with before in order to also have this modular, geometric, kind of cool sci-fi type style. So this would be an example of the close-up and the blob phase, and then as you move to the bird's eye view, the full adult phase. So now I'll show you our demo. We've been making a lot of progress of actually starting to implement things this summer, and we'll talk us through that.
I can give a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah.
So this summer we've been working primarily on implementing a lot of the kind of core AI systems that will make up a lot of the interactive features in our demo or in our game. And we made a short demo. It's a little bit hacky, but it kind of shows some of the ideas. One of the core things we're trying to do is enable development of a lot of interactive content, which is basically NPCs. And what we're trying to do that is essentially create a very modular AI framework that allows us easy access for designers to make kind of drag and droppy AI components. I guess similar to what Tree of Life was saying in terms of kind of a brain system, motor, and sensory system that we can use to create a wide variety of different kinds of animal behaviors. And our art style is also supposed to be modular to support that as well.
So what I'm getting to here is a very simple example of one of the objectives in our game. Here you see a big forest of yellow and purple fishes because they're eating the yellow and purple anemones and taking on their color in the same kind of way. And the player needs to get through this to get to their goal on the other side of it. And you can see already the yellow fishes are diving at me because I have a different color to them. So another thing we're using the color for, design-wise, is to balance our natural ecosystem. Fishes of a certain color will try to eat fishes of other colors, and when they do eat them, sort of change color themselves and create a sort of cycling, realistic depiction of migration and different food patterns. So,
And then this is actually the adult phase that you're seeing, which is why you see the full jellyfish and you can swim around. And when you're a full adult, you can electrify and sting things. When you sting them, they explode into particles, and then those become those food particles that different creatures can eat.
so you see these purple particle effects here, which are those food particles, and I'm going to use one to change color, turn purple, and be able to sneak through the purple side of that forest, and now these purple fish won't affect me. However, there are these big sharks around, which will absolutely go for me, and one of the other ways to solve this puzzle is by kiting one of the sharks who's red into the purple and yellow forest, and because he's the opposite color of both of them, will scare all those guys away as they know he's one of the predators. But for the interest of time, and I'm not the best kiter, I'm going with the kind of stealthy purple option to sneak past these fishes who will keep living about their lives and kind of regard me as one of their friends as long as I stick to the purple anemones.
So yeah, so basically a lot of these systems tie into the progression of our game, which is essentially an extrapolation of exploration as the primary play motivation. But what we're doing to gate that is essentially we have kind of puzzle solving through interaction with these NPC systems as a gating mechanism. So basically, kind of like in some ways like Zelda, in that you need to kind of solve issues and puzzles in the world in order to gain access to other areas throughout the map.
And Matt, do you want to talk about the system you've built out and how that really started your game?
Yeah, we'll go on to the roster, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about our game.
So like we said, like one of the primary interactive systems is the AI. So that comprises a large part of our team. Okay. So we currently have 25 people on the team.
We have 15.
You can solve this puzzle, that's the first part of the application.
We'll talk you through our needs that we're looking for specifically. But we do have 15 people and then 10 outside artists, so we have a really strong art team thanks in large part to Anies right now, and other artists that are already signed up for second semester. And we are looking right now for 2 to 3 more designers, particularly in terms of level design.
So we do have kind of a wide variety of challenges on our project in terms of engineering. The implementation of some of the rigging animation of the character system presents a lot of unique challenges. And also AI is a big part, like we talked about before. So we're looking for 2 generalist gameplay engineers who are interested in AI, 2 tools programmers, 1 UI developer, and 1 to 2 technical artists if possible, or graphic programmers.
So for the designers we're looking for, I will be your main point of contact. What really drew this game to me as a designer is the fact that the stages are not, as you would expect, levels with loading screens in between, but are a smooth transition with the model and the mechanics and the scale of the world that is happening constantly as the player is playing. They are always growing into the next stage. And so for this kind of thing, it's obviously fairly complicated. You're kind of building 3 games at once. The main things we're looking for are environment designers, laying out the levels and the look of it, creature designers, deciding the NPC brain and look and feel of these creatures, and then also player systems designers for how the jellyfish will actually act and react in the world.
And just an added point, we've actually been comped some wonderful production software called Shotgun. It's usually $50 a head. And so this is a great professionalization opportunity for us all to work with this production management software.
It is the software used by Riot and Pixar and a handful of other visual effects and game studios, and we're really excited to check it out.
Yep, any questions? Okay, well, thanks so much.
Oh, one
I
question?
just wanted to say, aquatic retrofuturism is my favorite art style.
Yeah, it's my favorite.